Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. My name is Brian. As you can see, we're going to recreate this amazing poster. A little bit scary, but they're very colorful. You learn a lot of their color palette being adapted today. So we're going to use Procreate and Lightroom for this composition. We're not really going to recreate piece by piece, but we're gonna look into it, how they created this masterpiece. It's very simple, it's very iconic, modern, but the elements are very ancient. But they made it modern so everyone can enjoy the poster, just like me. I'm a fan of this layout, very minimal and has this small detail element, just like what you see right here. All throughout, it's a good poster. I keep it on my wall. It's a good, just the color harmony, it's very good. Alright, so I have my canvas right here. What we're gonna do first is find our asset. We can go to Safari and then we can find some mummies here, but there's not much actually. So we're gonna go to Google and then we can look for Egyptian mummies. Then we could find some interesting images that we could find and put it on our composition. So I don't see anything actually. Let's try this one right here. We can, if you cannot find it, just make sure that this is only for personal use and I'm not using this for any. Okay, so I found my precious here. So if you go to I guess this one right here. Yeah, this one. So I can just like add photos, and then this is the one that we're gonna use. Before we go Procreate, we need the Lightroom software for this particular composition. So I have my Lightroom here. Import our image that we just steal from the internet. So from camera roll, you can get the picture. All right, so this is the image that I took from the internet. Kind of illegal, but there's nothing else we can do. We will have to color grade this first before we go ahead, because as of the moment, as you can see as the poster, it's very saturated and it has a lot of texture. So this one right here, as you can see, there's not much texture. So we'll try to color grade it like very yellow with this mint green, or we're gonna turn it into blue, but I'll try our best to make it right. So the light, we can go to the light right here. We can increase the saturation right here. We can see if we could I think exposure is okay. A little bit of highlight, shadows, not really. Yeah, we could probably use some blacks right here. For color, we will need to make it a little bit yellow. Yeah, well, not too much yellow, but just a little bit of yellow. We can make it more vibrant. Saturation, yes. Let's see, not too much vibrance actually. So right now we can go to effects and we can add a lot of texture right here. And then we could go, I'm not sure if clarity will help us. Yeah, I think so. Dehaze is, I think dehaze could also help us a little bit. We don't need vignette, maybe grain for a little bit of artifacts. Yeah, so it adds a little bit more texture if you add some grain, I think, one of the techniques. And then we could go to color. We can go color grading right here. Actually not color grading. We'll go to color mix, sorry. So the thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna use the yellow. For the hue, we can make it a little bit more saturated, because as you can see right here, you can actually change the color. So we're aiming for like nice yellow right here. We can change the hue to something, let's see, a little bit golden yellow. Yeah, I think that's the one. And then for the blue, we can get this blue right here. Let's see. I think that's the blue that was on the other. Let's see right here. Yeah, I think we're going there. Probably the red. We can decrease the yellow just like this. Okay, what else do we have to do? Probably the orange. It's a little bit, okay. So this is the before, and then this is the after. So I guess we did a little bit of justice right there. And then we could, oops, let's just save it. So to save it, you can go here, right here. I don't know what this is, like share. And then you can just export to camera roll. And it should export it automatically. And I think this is good. So we go to Procreate. And then the background that we're gonna look right now, I believe I already have it here. So if you want to check the value, the RGB is 00050. You can go 50 or 49. That's the value, and then you can just drop it right there. That's the layer of your background. And then we can add the photo, which is the mummy that we just modified. And then okay, so this is the one. It's actually kind of let's see, is that the one though? Let's see. Yeah, so this is the one that we just color grade from Lightroom. So from here you can go to selection, and then we could tap, and then you can, you know, do selection of threshold. So the more threshold, it gets all the way to the main image. So make sure that you have a good threshold. So I guess this is good, because this one also is going, because they have the similar color. So we can invert it and then copy paste. So we can disable this right here, the main image. So we still have a good copy right there. We just remove the background. And from there, this is the main, so let's just rename it. Then from there, we could resize the photo or the mummy. So we're aiming for like half of the photo. We can actually use our 2 fingers right there. You can go snapping, and then you can turn on the magnetic and snapping to see which part of the canvas gives you the perfect alignment, or the insert the text. So this is just minimal poster, but recreating a poster is when you learn a lot, because that's how I started. I used to, even at school, when I went to graphic design school, we always copy our favorite poster and render it the best of our abilities. So we could add text. What we're gonna use, and we're gonna get a yellow right here. You can just get some yellow right here, or any yellow right here. You can see the value right there if you would like to copy that, but I will put, actually we're gonna go Futura, and then we'll try the medium for now. And then oops, we're going to hit Egyptian, I think, mummies, just like that. Yeah, it has a good contrast, so I think it's gonna be okay for now. We're gonna just make it a little bit more big, or bigger. And then select it again. We will fix the leading, because right now they're like separated. So leading, want to make it a little bit closer, and then we can make it a little bit bigger. And then the problem right now is the readability. You cannot actually read it, so we can create a different layer. Let's name it overlay, and then we could put it just below the Egyptian layer, and then we could get the same color right here. So you can just press and hold or tap and hold, and then we could get our brush, which is airbrush. We could use soft brush, medium, or yeah, I used to using soft brush. And then we could paint it right here so it has a good contrast. As you can see, it has a good contrast right now. You can see the text compared to this one right here. So you can just brush from the center and then move piece by piece until you see a good contrast. So right now it has a good contrast, but you can still see continuation of the mummy. I think we're pretty much done here. The next thing that we're gonna do, we can make a different layer, and then we could use the luminance. I think flare. So we're just gonna do the same thing right here, like the whatever you call that, but it's like a grid of like stars or light brush, but I'm gonna use flare. Right now we can test it out. You can eyeball it, or you can make a grid. Am I in the right layer? Oh, okay. So we make sure that we have the same color. So you can change the color with yellow we use with this one right here. Do what we want. Just like this. I think we're getting some interesting pattern. Yeah, just like that. You can eyeball it, or you can be more precise, but I'm just gonna do this one right here. And then you could move somewhere else, and then you could put something in the center, something like this. But I think it's working. I'm not sure, but I think it has some potential. Yeah, I think so. We nailed it. You can even go larger for some of like a little bit larger, something like that, some focal, something different. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. We just did or recreate this poster right here to something a little bit our style. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you learned from this, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you, bye.